What's shaking with the bacon, y'all? It's your favorite worst gamer, StrawHat Kwaku, and I am Bizak with the rest of this Liza P walkthrough where we left off right here at the Hotel Krat after destroying Murphy. Now before we do anything, let's go ahead and run upstairs, talk to our pops, go to the room that if you'd explored the hotel initially when we came in here, you'd notice that it was a room where the door was closed. And that was his giant room that he has renovated. Gonna talk to him. He's definitely gonna
You've always remembered, my friend.
Talk about how much he loves us and all this other stuff. He wants to rescue Venigni, but the most important thing is this P organ that he about to introduce us to.
Are the source of your
This is basically your skill tree.
Quartz to get the strength you need.
So there are about 28 quartz your first full playthrough.
Remember,
the base game.
The hotel is the last.
I don't really recall how many quartz are in the DLC. But like I said, these quartz are part of your skill tree. The skill tree does open up to about phase 7. Once you get to like New Game Plus 2, if I'm not mistaken. And after every 2 of these you unlock in a phase, you open up a new phase. So before I even do that,
get from City Hall
we're gonna go down here, right? And we're gonna talk to this guy. He is
to Hotel
the hotel merchant.
Welcome.
So purchase. We can go ahead and get the 2 quartz from him, which is a hefty price. 5K, 5,600. So if you have it, you have it. If you don't, then you can wait for it. Now we can run back up here and we could look into our P organs. Now, if you want, you can follow the way I set my P organs up to the T, or you can go ahead and venture off and find whichever way fits your playstyle. But I find this way that I pretty much use my P organ pretty efficient. So every time inside of a tree, when I see it, I always increase the post cell. So, you know, got extra health, because health is definitely wealth. Then I either go for a stagger duration or charge stagger attack, which I definitely use a lot of heavy charges. So I go ahead and go for that one. Then the empty slots. Now, the first types, well, there's only 2 types that you can max out on, like everything. And that's attack type and survival type, or attack type and whatever. But you only can max out on 2 of them. Out of the other 2, you can pick and choose which ones you're gonna have that's gonna be there. And I mean, when I say that, I mean filling up your whole skill tree. So you definitely have to pick what you want, but don't worry, you're not locked into it. There's always a way to respec. And then I like to go for the increasing the ergo, eliminating the enemy, simply because it's gonna help us build levels quickly and keep some money inside of the box. Now, increase staggerable window. That's another good one. That's why I didn't really go for the duration, because this increases the window. Or you can go for the fable slot, which is another good one, or the link dodge. Link dodge only comes in handy if you really know how to use it, but it's really not imperative to get. So let's go ahead and increase the staggerable window, and we're gonna go ahead and increase the stagger duration. So we're doubling down on it. Now we can either go for an ability type or a survival type. I'm not gonna go ahead and input another item type because we used that already. So we're gonna go enhance guard regain recovery. So that just gives you a little bit more to get from when you attack an enemy after they, you know, broken your guard and they put that little extra shit you gotta work back for. If you noticed, we opened up phase 2. So now you can jump from phase to phase which there's nothing wrong with that. You can use what's in phase 2, even though you're still unlocking stuff in phase 1 or whatever the case is.
A moment to talk. You must know that's all I.
But I definitely would try to stay into one phase, get everything that you can out of that one phase, and then move on to the next phase.
I picked up traces
Only time
of
you want to
high-powered
jump
energy originating
around
far
phases
away.
is if you
That's
see
one
one that
mystery
has
solved.
that pulse cell
Why
increase.
don't we make a Legion
It's
army?
always good.
Mr.
but-
Venigni is the expert when it comes to Legion arms. The puppets get fried easily by electricity.
So we just created a Legion arm with the piece that we just got from Murphy. So we can go ahead and we can switch it. Boom, boom. So let's know that Venigni is the expert when it comes to the Legion arms. That's what I was talking about, our Legion arm expert. But he is not here because we have to go rescue him. So shall we? We're gonna go here. And now we're gonna go back to the last Stargazer that we was at. And now we have a key that's gonna allow us to get to Venigni Works. All right. Go ahead and go through this way. Foggy day, the rain hasn't started just yet. The Venigni guide, it just lets you know about the factory and where you're about to walk into, or what you're about to walk into. All right, here we go. Puppet Central. So let's just go ahead and follow this way. We're gonna kill this one straight forward.
Venigni Works. Everything you see here belongs to Venigni, the classiest playboy
There's
and most
one down here.
brilliant inventor
Go
in
kill
Krat.
him.
Just ask him. Not just
Another
puppets.
one straight forward.
Almost every machine
Now
and tram
kill
in
him.
Krat is supplied from here.
All right, so from here it kind of splits off. There's gonna be one top right on the roof,
I wish we could find
and then
him.
there's one right here bottom
is,
left, and then of
if he's
course
still
there's that
kicking.
guy that's right there. We definitely want to take out the one on the bottom left first. So let's hit him with a throwable. Run out there and run back as fast as you can, because that guy up there starts throwing stuff at you. Now we can run back around this way, and we're gonna go get our lick. First we kill this one. Oh. All right. See, he's turning towards us, so we're gonna have to run and jump. If we take that wooden plank, it's gonna break. All right, now we're gonna hang over here. It should be a puppet that's like patrolling this area. All right, now when we come out here, our guy's gonna be there. There he is. This one, different from the last. He has a giant wheel. All right, and now another one of these little ladies. All right, so when we come out of this corner, it's gonna puppets all over there, and they got none but throwables. So we have to be very mindful not to get blown up. And they're throwing them things from long range. All right, so we got, it's like 4 puppets over here. We're gonna come around this corner and kill this one. Because that guy has throwables. So if you want, you can use your throwable, kill him. But it does cause a chain reaction. We are gonna go that way, but we're gonna go this way first. Answer that ringing phone, which is random. It's a random ringing payphone.
Congratulations!
And it's the Riddler.
You've been selected from this cast of a little for an exclusive, obtrusive, intrusive transmittal from me, Arlecchino, the king of all riddles.
Dear Lord. So there are a total of 5 of these phones. Well, no, 6. But 5 of them hold Trinity keys. So there's 5 Trinity doors. 6, but 5 that are important that you have to get in order to get the 6th one. And those require riddles. The last one doesn't. You just have to answer this really weird question. These riddles are very confusing. It took me so much to try to understand what the hell he was talking about. So much to the point where I was like Googling what the hell the riddle meant.
Numbering 4 at midday, just 2, no less and no more. It walks on 3
So numbering 4.
Evening arrives, and if you solve this, then I'll know you're alive.
All right. So let me break it down to you. So it said by morning it walks on feet, number 4. So morning being the beginning of your life. So numbering 4 feet, it means that you're walking on your hands and your feet. You're crawling basically. By midday, just 2. So that means like, you know, the middle of your life, midlife, you're walking on 2 legs. And then 3 feet when the evening arrives, which is the end of your life, when you're old and you're using a cane with your 2 legs. You got it? Okay. So what are you? A human.
Correct. Fantastic insights, caller.
Crazy. Like, yeah.
Not everything has to rhyme,
Like,
you know.
when I was looking at it, initially, I'm like, that's easy. A monster. Like, he's like, oh, no. Now, if you get the first one wrong, right, you still, he gives you grace. So he lets you get the first one wrong. After that, every other one you have to get right, or you don't get anything.
Arlecchino, tell him what he'll get. Thanks, Arlecchino. Caller, your correct answer has earned doors and keys, and my next riddle won't be so simple to crack.
And we got our springs reacting, so that ergo is building up inside of us. By the end of the game, you want to have a lot of humanity, so you doing things that increase your humanity. Meaning like lying and stuff like that. Lies always increase your humanity. Listening to the records that you've achieved boosts your humanity. Answering those riddles correctly increases your humanity. Sometimes not doing anything increases your humanity. It just depends on the situation. All right, let's go ahead and hit this stargazer. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and level up. So let's see what we got. We got enough for 8 levels. So let's invest 3 of that into our capacity. We can put the other 3. That's just what, 5? We got. And we can put all 5 into the technique, or you can dump the 5 into your vitality, which is good. Vigor, we don't really have to worry about too much now because the vigor jumps aren't that high. And plus, like your first playthrough, the most vigor you'll probably need is like 20, 25 at the max, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna go ahead and dump it into my technique just so I hit harder. That makes me broke. But like I said, your first 10 points definitely should be invested into your health. So do as I say, not as I do. Certain type of situation that is. All right. Don't come too close. Told you not to come too close. And that is the cool thing about the Fulminus. Pop this open. And we got a salamander dagger blade, which comes in handy. That flame blade alone is a work of art when you assemble it with the correct handle. Not saying that the handle that it's on already isn't good, but you can definitely make it a tank of a weapon. You get a few tank weapons during this little Venigni adventure. One of which has the best handle, I think, is in the game. That's neither here nor there. We're gonna get there when we cross that bridge.
Jump out any second. It's okay, pal. Gemini's
so
looking out for you.
Got the guy in the back with the throwables, and you got this guy in the front with the pipe. So watch out for the throwable guy. Lure him away. All right, now you could go. All right, so now with this throwable guy, right? You can't cross that. You have to jump it if you wanted to get over there. If you notice, it fell in, so it would have threw you down here. You're gonna ultimately get down there anyway, but if you jumped it, then you get this hidden moonstone, and then you go walk the top before they catch you. So before you're hit with their ambush, you can ambush them. All right. So if you notice, there's a puppet down here, which is gonna drop right on top of him. Watch out for that guy. So it's two of them. It's really good to kind of get them bunched together, so then you can get more attacks, multiple, same time, 2 for 1 type of deal. So the white puppets, man, they're actually pretty durable. So, and they could be really tricky. I should definitely, follow my own advice when I say it, but when it comes to them, you want to hit them once and then get ready to guard. Hit them once and then get ready to guard. Got a Belfort shot cartridge, another defensive part, which is gonna help us tremendously. See, we still don't have enough on our capacity to carry around this with our other blade, but we're gonna keep this for now. We could switch entirely to the Dragon Crescent, because this is a super good weapon, like super good, especially for you to have it at such an early point in the game. But it's definitely a stamina eater. Factory management report letting us know about the barren swamps where they dump a bunch of puppets and how factory production is going and XYZ. All right, inside that box is a tough puppet. So they do a lot of charging attacks that are very strong. That one. So anytime you see him put the 2 shields up, you can dodge it. Just tap it and then dodge. It's the best way to get some back shots off on him. Oh. Because the best way to fight these dudes is the back shots. So tap it and then dodge. Those guys definitely tear your weapon up. So we got a Legion caliber, which helps us modify our Legion arms. Definitely need those. The first Legion arm that you max out in the modifications gets you a trophy. And we got our first crank. The cranks is what I was telling you about, that you can add to the handle of your weapon to boost that ability of the weapon. So like if I got an advanced crank instead of the motivity crank, I would put that advanced crank on the weapon that I created with the electric coil head, so then it gets the benefits from that crank that it would get from its own handle. All right, bang, bang, bang. All right, we'll go ahead and hit this up really quick. And now we're gonna go straight through this pipe. Now in here, this is when we're gonna go ahead and finesse our extra bag a little bit. So we're gonna use these attribute resistance. So these particular, the blue ones are, like, as you can see, removes overheat, electric shock, decay, corruption. Okay. The roundish ones completely takes it away. The, you know, more triangular looking pyramid type of bottle is the bottle that basically slows it down. So we're gonna hit one of those over here. And just know that corruption definitely drains your health over time once it builds. And it's maxed out. So it's basically like poison. Kind of like acid, I guess. All right, now we done that. All right, so over here it's gonna be a bunch of little minions that we wanna get out of the way. So that's why it's good to have throwables. Damn. I guess we can deal with him now. So it's definitely a tight fight because we're like fighting on the little inch of a wall. But definitely want that to be fighting on something, because you don't want to fight inside of the corruption juice. That's just not good for anybody. Look out for them. They spit that stuff at you. Get out of there. It looks like our potion is still working. So we're going to swing over here. Going to pop these puppets that come out of this thing. They're gonna be raining corruption juice on you. So just keep an eye out on your health bar and your corruption bill. After you kill the 3 of them, get this butterfly that casually flew in the corner. And now we've picked up all the goodies over here, which was some goodies. At some point we're gonna jet back to the hotel and increase the strength of our weapon, because increasing the mastery of your weapon definitely helps against bosses and enemies in general. You would think, you know, just pumping your level up, you know, your technique or motivity or whatever you want to invest into, but yes, that works, help, you know, with the power, but then again, that's not it. You definitely need the weapons to boost you up as well too. And so, just so we're clear, when you're investing into your stats, you see you have motivity, technique, and advanced. Motivity is straight strength. That's like more like the balanced strength build. Technique is the build that I'm working with right now, which is like speed and, you know, dexterity. And advanced is more attribute based. So if you're using the weapons like the electric blitz and, you know, the fire staff, or, you know, whatever the case is, you want to invest more into your advance. They all push, you know, whatever it is side you went to its peak. All right, so bear in mind that there's a giant puppet ball come rolling down, and you know, the moment that you cross over, it won't stop. So the moment you cross that, it'll keep going. Now we can use it to our advantage. Right here to kill puppets. Just kind of keep them baited into following you. And then it'll ultimately start running puppets over and trucking them. All right. So next one, so it's 3 puppets over here. So it's that one straight ahead and 2 to the left. So we're gonna run right into the middle. Turn back around. Same thing, we're just gonna pull up to the middle. Let them come on down. Boom, boom, boom. You should have killed. There you go. And now they're dead. You didn't have to do anything except run. We could collect the loot, pop this bad boy open, this shortcut. And we're gonna run through the shortcut and create another shortcut. So we're gonna go through here. And we're gonna use that. Now we would be able to go down here, but it's not a good idea because if you notice, it's full of the green corruption juice. And then there's that giant puppet that you have to fight right there. And you don't want to fight him in the corruption juice because you're not gonna win. The stat you probably don't have enough potions, and it's definitely inconvenient to be sitting there trying to focus on that and potions at the same time. If you go this way, it'll bring you back to the Stargazer. So that's like a shortcut to get back there. And get health if you needed to after dealing with this giant puppet ball. All right, we're gonna run over here and we're gonna go to the right-hand side. The wall's gonna break. Puppet inside, we're just gonna go behind him. Fatal blow. We got that. Now we're gonna run down here and fatal blow that puppet. And then collect our chest, which should have another weapon. So it should be like a fire axe or whatever it is. Don't get the name confused. It's definitely not. It doesn't do any fire. I'm just letting you know that now. It confused the hell out of me when I first seen it. I'm like, oh, fire axe blade. I went to use it and no flames came out. I was like, what the hell? Like, why would you call it that if there's no fire? But anyway, think that way. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and come this way, pull this lever, just to get this ready for us for a little later. Just gonna pull that pipe down, creating like a shortcut, a bridge for us basically. Now if you want, you could take that bridge, and that bridge will bring you right back to the beginning of the stage.
Well, like a pipe.
Where we first initially started once we got down the ladders.
You know?
Gonna go back this way, and we're gonna go into these rooms. Yeah. So we're gonna go into this little room here. Go up the stairs. We're gonna collect the document. That's, have you seen him? Somebody's missing, of course. Then we're gonna go back this way. Now, of these puppets, 2 of them are gonna fall. Go up here, collect the loot. Another doctor confession. And if you guys want me to read those lines out, just let me know in the next video, or drop a comment in this video, and then I'll just proceed to reading them on the next ones.
Atone for my sins.
right, so
Must kill more puppets.
another humanoid stalker.
More.
This one
More.
is actually a bastard. You can tell by the way he's dressed. See, I told you they dress fancier than the sweepers. Look at my clothes and look at his clothes.
All puppets must die. Every single one.
He's the survivor. I actually like his outfit and his mask
I hid
especially.
Sour Springs inside
He's
you.
like a mouse or something.
You're a puppet too. You can't fool me.
All right, so he's definitely
Kill the puppets.
way more nimble than
I can't tell what's blood and what's oil.
the Mad Donkey, but it's weird because he's easier to get around. Like you can just get back shots on him super easy.
I wish I hadn't run away.
And broke his weapon.
I wish I'd known. That surviving is a hell of its own. I'm sorry, Leo.
Damn, killed him with his head in the wall.
I
And
was
if you
afraid
noticed,
to die.
we got his clothes. So let's go ahead and get out of this donkey gear. Oh yeah, so much more stylish. Now we stole his fit. We sweeping these bastards. It's a little bit of both. All right, after you beat him, if you notice that this door opened up, this door that bridged the shortcut. Well, we're not gonna go that way. We're gonna go back up here. We're going to come out. We're gonna go back down the stairs, and we're gonna go this way that we didn't go. Talk to the fox and the cat.
Admirers seem to follow me everywhere. Pleased to see you, my stalker friend.
You made it all the way here unbothered
These
by
guys are
ruffians.
This
very,
may well
very.
benefit our former client. Did you
I don't know
catch
what to
that
call them.
subtle whiff?
You
I don't know if they're
Caught us on
good
our return
guys
trip.
or bad guys.
We had to
Keep your whiskers up.
But
with your-
they're basically just letting us know that Venigni got the money bags. He should hire us to do whatever. He hired them, but they clearly flaked on him and they're outside bullshitting. Now going through this way has benefits. So we go this way down here. It's going to take us to our first Trinity door, where we can use our first Trinity key. Dun, 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 dun. And here it is. Any door that you see with the Trinity triangle requires a key. And inside of these Trinity doors is this room with this weird ass book. Some stuff on the wall. Did this factory worker, wait, what did it say? Did this factory worker ever think he would be destroyed like a puppet? Wow. Questions of the day. And then you pop open the safe. They've always had something inside of it that's pretty good, which I think. So we got a court and we got the Blue Bloods tailcoat. Now, that coat right there, that is my favorite coat to wear throughout the game. Like, once you put it on, it's hard to take it back off. Like, it just goes with everything. You look badassery. So we're gonna pop this shortcut. This shortcut brings us right back to the beginning where we fought that robot with the two shields. I don't know what that shortcut is for, but it's there. Now next, we're gonna go through this way. There's a bunch of crawling puppets, which are very dangerous because they jump. And they're gonna be on the ceiling, and they're gonna be coming from, they're gonna try to drop on me. Oh, see, I told you, very dangerous. Damn crawling puppets. You think the ones with 2 legs would be dangerous? No, it's the ones without legs that are very dangerous. All right, now we're gonna go down around this way. Before we go straight, I'm gonna defeat this puppet right here. And we're gonna do him the same way. We're gonna backstab him. He's gonna come at us. We can get around him and backstab. Should be as easy as that. No need to do the extras. Just walk right around him. All right. Now we're gonna go this way. We're gonna encounter a very, very strong puppet. So let's get our durability of our weapon up. He's gonna come busting out of there. They put you in this tight little tunnel alleyway type of thing, specifically for this puppet. Damn. Damn, I just took a big hit. Another big one. Damn. Out for the overheat. And every time that puppet gets like hit, he like staggers. He definitely like leaves flames and stuff. All right, pulling that lever definitely just drained all of that corruption juice around that giant puppet that we seen. So now we can get to that giant puppet and have that fight that we were wanting to pick with him. And that brought us back here. But now that we're back here, right? Now we can go ahead and head this way. Now before we fight this giant puppet, what we want to do is we want to get some health. That's first and foremost. I mean, you can try to do it without it, but you don't want to. So we're gonna go through this way. I know we haven't been here before. I'm gonna hang this, and we're gonna hit the shrine that's here. Well, the stargazer. Around here, let's pick up that. And there's a stargazer right in here.
I hope he's all right.
So let's go ahead and use the stargazer, replenish everything. Good as new. And now we can go back to where we were before we even engage and indulge in Venigni's shit. And now we're gonna cross this bridge that we made. Hang over here. You notice just that puppet over there? We could come back and deal with him later. Go down here. Ba-doom. Now this giant puppet is definitely easier than it looks. Puppet of the future, because it's big and it's slow. You just gotta watch out for his massive attacks, which is stomping you and trying to hit you with that big giant hammer hand that it has. In this point in the game, it doesn't mix any combos or do anything too crazy, so you should be able to easily handle him. I mean, you can switch legs. And yes, he does get staggered. Fairly easy. Watch out for the big ones. does that, whatever hand he lifts up, just go in the far opposite of it, and boom, killed him. And for that, we get a court. Yay! And now we're gonna go back this way, and we're gonna go ahead and pick this box. And this has another weapon. Boom! And this is that weapon that I was telling you about with one of the best handles. And it has a pretty good blade too. It's the Booster Glaive, which is really good. I like to mix that with the fire, the salamander dagger that we picked up earlier in the chapter. So that it'll definitely help out in the next chapter that we go to, because the enemies in the next chapter are weak against fire. I don't know why I went in that direction when I should have just went the other way, but fret not. Now I could do this. Use this, and we're just gonna teleport. I'm gonna teleport right back to the last stargazer that we went to, since I went the wrong way. I'm so lazy, I don't even want to do it. And plus, that's faster to do it that way. All right, bam. Now we could go ahead and talk to Venigni.
Oh, easy now. No need to kill me.
Nobody's gonna kill you, bro.
We can discuss this like reasonable people. Hold on. Matter of fact, before all this, I'm told
he gives you
he's still building an army of puppets. How did?
A gesture, which was a good gesture. And he also gives you another gesture, but that's a little later. That's after we save him. All right, so before I handle everything on the ground, I like handling everything up here. So we're gonna walk along the pipes. Nothing from below should hit you, so you don't have to worry about the puppets throwing stuff at you. Got 2 up here. Grab the loot. Technique crank. Technique cranks are our savior. That's what's gonna be helping us get these extra power boosts when it comes to our weapons. Grab this. Definitely a note talking about saving the humans from the puppet disaster that we got going on. But now this part you're gonna have to run and jump. Grab that, and there should be 3 puppets over here. Now that we've cleared that, now we can go down. You want, you can land right on top of this dude. It'll stagger him. Oh, watch out for that. Overheat. Damn. Gotta watch out for the puppets that's over there. They're actually throwing stuff. Throwing fireballs or whatever. Holy moly. Finally killed that puppet, which is very annoying. I don't know why I was just getting caught up by all his moves, but he was getting me. All right, so what we did get from him is another converter, and we got a fire one this time. So we definitely need that because, as you can see, there's a lot of fire attribute users. Clearly this guy has it out for me because he pulled up right where I was at. But we are gonna go back and replenish our post cells and our health and all that good stuff because there is a boss fight immediately after this area. So once we do this, we're gonna run straight to the boss fight. Everybody else, we're not even gonna worry about them. So just get ready. All right, you gotta watch out for that guy there. He's gonna throw a throwable at you, so you can dodge it and just run right past him. Watch out for the other guy. Run down here, and through that door is your worst nightmare. So go ahead and open it up, and let's get ready to fight King of the Flames, Flame Coco. This guy's definitely a heavy hitter. He has an assortment of moves, especially some big AoEs. So just bear in mind when you fight him, he definitely can be a head racker. Watch out for that move, you can dodge it completely. Like a semi truck. Oh God, watch out for that. You see him dig into that. You want to get behind one of these to avoid that move right there. Anytime he starts doing that, I like to hit it with one of the blue potions, because he's gonna start using a lot more fire moves. Bust his guts. And he just gave us some good loot. We got our first grindstone, which Venigni will explain to us about later. Go ahead and repair the Stargazer. And Venigni asked us to find his broken butler puppet, which is this guy right here, torn to shreds.
What do we have here? A broken butler puppet.
Looking crazy.
Now, I seem to remember someone on the second floor. Think it belongs to him?
So now we can go ahead and run back to the second floor. Talk to Venigni. If you want the lore, you know, about the broken puppet, if you talk to him, it doesn't matter. If you don't talk to him, it doesn't matter. You could have head straight back to the hotel if you wanted to, but for full game sake, we're gonna go back upstairs and talk to him, even though I've been like zooming past the dialogue. But this is what you would do. But listen to the dialogue.
Ah, you're back. Ginella was proof that puppets possess true courage. But
he basically says that he's gonna revive his puppet because he's Venigni, the smartest man in Krat. So now we're gonna go to the Stargazer and we're gonna teleport and go to the hotel. We could have continued, but usually after every chapter you want to stop at the hotel, and that's what we're doing. So next clip, next chapter.